against all. There is so much at stake. Seems our freedom's up against the ropes. Does the crowd understand? Is it east versus west? Or man against man? Can any nation stand alone? In the burning heart, just about to burst. There's a quest for answers and two worlds collide. Rival nations, the primitive past, beating years of frustration. Bravely we hope against all hope. There is so much at stake. Seems our freedom's up against the ropes. Does the crowd understand? Is it east versus west? Or man against man? Can any nation stand alone? In the burning heart, just about to burst. There's a quest for answers and a bridge of the past. In the darkest night, rising like a spider. In the burning heart, the unmistakable light. In the burning heart. In the warrior's code, there's no surrender. Though his body says stop.
Kanka istersen
Never deep in our soul, I am knows it's you against you. It's the paradise that
böyle orada. Bakalım
it's the passion that kills. The victory is ours alone. In the burning heart, there's about to burst. There's responses and to the last. In the darkest night,
Bırak.
in the burning heart, the unmistakable light. Just about to burst. There's a quest for answers and a quenchable thirst. In the darkest night, rising like a fire. In the burning heart, the unmistakable light. In the burning heart, just about to burst. There's a quest for answers and a quenchable thirst. In the darkest night, rising like a fire. In the burning heart, the unmistakable we stand. Broken into reachable. Hey guys, thanks so much for joining this amazing opportunity at 7 o'clock. I think we're just going to give it another minute quickly. In the meantime, I'm going to ask my son, who's 9, but he's 6 years old at the time, entertain you for one more minute. Okay. I hope you enjoy his ethics. I found him extremely hilarious, hilarious at the time. Where is this thing? Yeah, okay. I saved it somewhere. Where is this boy? Here we go.
Hello, Zulu Game. Hello.
Okay, that was Mr. Josh in full attendance, people. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed that. Let me just quickly see here. Zoom going. Quickly chat. Thanks, Cindy. Thanks, thanks. Okay, so you guys can all see the screen, right? I just need a thumbs up from everybody. I just want to get back to it here. Cool. Right, again, thanks so much for coming. And really, you know what? I'm firstly just going to explain to you an overview of this business because you know what, it's almost a problem if I must say so. This business is so simple that everybody seems to think that it's too good to be true. Okay? And there's a lot of ins and outs that one needs to explain, and then after that you would obviously understand, you know, where we are heading and what this business is all about. But those kind of ins and outs are sort of irrelevant at this point in time. You know, don't want to inundate everybody with too much information that you're only going to experience certainly down the line, you know, as you grow in levels and things like this. But from the onset, what I can tell you is that this is not a multi-level marketing business. And guys, for those that are on, please, if you can just mute as you come along, it will help. Thanks so much. And then if anybody, maybe Cindy, if I can just ask you, just keep an eye out if anybody.
Hi, brother.
Hi, sorry, ma. How are you? Mercy, yeah? You can unmute. Sorry. Okay, we'll just continue chatting quickly and then we'll have a couple of questions afterwards. Okay, guys. So thanks for that. But like I say, Cindy, if you can just keep an eye out if anybody's wanting to or sitting in the chat room, just let me know, and then I can quickly just give that attention. Okay, great. Mercy, can
Brandon,
yes, Mercy. Hello.
I'm saying one of my invitees complaining that he can't hear you, no sound on his side.
Okay, he needs to, when he logs on, because everybody else can hear me, when he logs on, he must activate his audio on his phone or on his laptop. It's in the bottom left-hand corner. Okay, so the minute he joins the Zoom, it says call audio or call via audio. He needs to click on that. Okay. Thanks so much.
Okay.
Okay, guys. So yeah, sorry for that. Let's just get back. Again, like I just want to reiterate that this is not a multi-level marketing business, right? It's a very simple business. The company, you are not going to be investing in this company. You're not going to be buying any products in this company, nothing of that. In fact, the only thing that this company wants you to do is do what you just normally do, and that is shop. You go out and you do your shopping, you buy your groceries, you put in fuel in your car, go take yourself out to restaurants and your family and so forth. Only this time, you keep your slips, right? And at the end of the week, you submit your slips and you get paid for it. In a nutshell, that's how easy and simple this business is. Now, why is it that this company is looking for your slips? Well, it's the information on the slips that they're after. And it's not your personal information because these are cash slips, right? So it's not your personal information. They are interested in the products that you are buying. Because behind every product that you buy, behind every product that you buy, there is a manufacturing company attached to that product. And so what Element does is they take a look at your slips. And for example, I'll give you a typical example. Let's just say you go and buy coffee, Rick Coffee, right? And with all the information on the slips, Element will now go back to Rick Coffee and say, listen, Rick Coffee, here's information for you. They sell that information and say, your 1 kilogram is outselling your 500 or 250 grams at this particular shop in this particular area, in this particular town, in this particular country. Now, Rick Coffee will know, okay, let's put more emphasis on the 1 kilo, or let's jack up on the 250 or the 500 gram. Ultimately, people, what is happening here is that companies are paying top dollar to the companies like Element to gather that information so that they don't put unnecessary things on the shelf, right? Things don't gather dust. Now, many years ago, and we all know about Amazon.com, they did exactly the same. Amazon tells a lot of things, but nothing that they have on their shelves gathers dust. They know exactly what to put on their shelves. How do they know this? They've also gathered information. But what they did was they sold books for 7 years, but they took note of the kind of books that they were selling, you know? And so if a lot of people are buying certain books, and I always make the example, this is on bicycles, 20 million people are buying books on bicycles. And the obvious thing for them to have done was to start selling bicycles, anything bicycle related. Element does exactly the same thing. The only difference is that, you know what, they don't gather the information via books. They gather the information via book slips. You and I, as the consumer, give them the most accurate account of what is being bought. They cannot phone up a shopping mall or a shop and say, how's doing? Okay, it doesn't work that way because you will get the overall picture. But you and I buy one product, two products, whatever, it's more it's more accurate. And that's what it is. So they take this information, they sell it off, and Element pays us for this. You must remember something. Okay, that you've now got in your hand. It's a piece of paper to you and I, because you know what, you bought your groceries, you walk out with a slip and you chuck it. It's actually not, it's worth money. If your groceries was worth 1,000 Rand, that slip is worth 1,000 Rand, right? So here's an opportunity to get your money back. If you do not join this business, life goes on for you. Life goes on, but you actually lose out by not putting yourself in a position to claim your expenses back. And it's as simple as that, all right? So again, if you're spending 1,000 Rand a week on fuel, on groceries and whatever, and at the end of the month, I ask you, you know, what can you show for this money that you've spent? You've eaten it. You've driven it out. You've got nothing to show. And here's the worst thing. start that cycle again the following month. Okay, but your pay that you're earning through your work doesn't it doesn't increase at the same rate as what the products increase. So you're always going to lag behind. But here's an opportunity, people, to get your products for free, to get your fuel for free, and to earn an income by doing simple and following simple protocols and steps. It's very easy to do that. Okay. So how does this business really work? Now that you know why the company wants the slips, okay, we know this now. You need to join this business. It's going to cost you $100 to join this business, and it's a once-off. If you're in South Africa, we're talking about 1,700 Rand at today's price. Anywhere else in the world, you can do your math and your equations and so forth. But it's $100 as a once-off. The company pays you in two formats. They pay you on a monthly basis, and then they pay you on a weekly basis. Now let's just concentrate on the month for now. Every month, the company will pay you either $100 or $200 for your slip. They're not going to pay you $110 or $150, $220. It's either $100 or $200 for your slips. But in order, for example, if you would take the $100, in order for you to get this $100 every month for your slips, you need to submit slips every week to the value of $100. Okay. So when we post ads and things like this, we'll always say you get 20% of your money back. And that's what it is on your slips. I always say you can get 100% of your money back, and I will show you how you can get your money back 100%. But for now on your slips, if you are spending $100 every week, effectively you've spent $400 for the month. But you're only getting $100 back. It's a percentage of that $400. So that's where the 20% comes in. Okay. But you need to submit slips to the value of $100 or 1,700 again if you're in South Africa every week. Now, people, if you are in a position not to spend that kind of money, it doesn't mean you must now go out there and start spending more so that you can earn or get this money back. It doesn't work that way. Okay. What you can do is very simple. If you're earning, or if you are spending half that, $50, 750 Rand for the week. If that is what your shopping bill is entailing, because your family is small, or maybe that's all you guys eat, even though you're a large family, or maybe that's all you can afford. Your neighbor, your friends, your relatives, you can touch base with them and ask them for slips, and you can add it onto your slips because it's cash slips. So you can add on. Okay. When you join this business, we put you into a group, and there also people will raise questions, to the latter part of the week. I'm short a slip or two or whatever. Can you guys assist? And you'll find slips there, and we'll help one another. Okay. So it's very easy. Now remember, with Element, the slips are very, very important. It is the product, and that's where they make their money to pay us. Okay. But for us, we want to make more than $100 or $200. And a lot of people will also say that, why is it that I need to put 1,700 Rand or $100 on the table for a back office? There are other platforms where you don't have to pay. Those are networking companies. You have to go and network, and whatever they buy into the business, whenever they come into the business, you will get commissions from that. So therefore, they give you these back offices for free. But without a back office, I will show you now. This is how it works. Let me just quickly log in here. This is effectively what you are paying for. Okay. Without this back office, you cannot upload your slips, and you cannot log in your times. Again, I'm jumping the gun on times, but I'm just mentioning it right now. So this is your back office that you get. Okay. When it comes to loading your slips, right, you go to your data as such, and here you fill in how you be buying your product, your groceries for the month, which is either through cards or cash. You add on your stores, and you add on your receipts. Okay, and that's how you send it. The company looks at this, reviews it, and then through this process, they will then pay you. Very simple. You cannot, if you don't have this back office, you cannot log anything, and then that's it. So there you got no business, right? So that's why it's important to get that back office going. The other thing now is we now understand why the product is needed, why the slips is needed. We also understand that we have to get this back office. Lastly, You need to be active in this business every month. And for that, it's going to cost you $100 every month to pay, or 1,700 Rand. Now, if you think about it, if you're getting 1,700 Rand for your slips or $100 for your slips, right? And you have to pay in $100 every month or 1,700, well, then it sort of balances itself out. Is this business really worth it? You know what I mean? You'll say, no, wow, it's canceling itself out. That to me is the most brilliant marketing ploy of this company. Okay, the company recognizes this, and so they will say to you, I tell you what, guys, I know for a fact you don't want to pay this $100 every month. All right, introduce 3 people to this business, and we will squash that $100 for you, and that's all. And you think, well, there's he saying it again, bring in 3 people, multi-level marketing. It is not. How you get your 3 people in? Okay, firstly, you are not going to get paid for them. There's no commissions if you bring them in. You're going to ask them a simple question. Guys, if I introduce you to a company that is prepared to cover your weekly expenses every week, you'll be interested. Who's going to say no to free shopping, to free petrol, to free clothing? Who's going to say no, even if you can afford it? Why do you want to pay that money every month, okay, when you can get it for free? So people will be interested. They'll say, yeah, for sure. And you're not going to send this question out just to 3 people. You're going to send it to quite a few. But I guarantee you, 3 people are going to come back and say, I'm interested. Now you've brought in your 3 people. The company upholds this agreement with you, and they squash that $100. So you don't have to pay that anymore. Your 3 people that you brought into the business will be given the same opportunity as you. All right? And the first thing, and I can guarantee you that they are going to concentrate on, is also not wanting to pay this $100 every month. And so therefore, they will now bring in 3 people each. Okay? Remember I told you, the company pays you monthly. That's for your slips. Now we get to the good part, the weekly payment. Because your 3 people brought in 3 people into this business, you have 12 people in your network. And simply because of this 12 people, never mind the slips, you will earn $100 every week. Okay, $100, that's $400 every month, roughly 6,500 Rand for the month if you're in South Africa. You see? So you have the slips on the one end, which you can earn between $100 or $200. And believe you me, if you're not that person spending that kind of money every week, earning $100 every week, you start finding things to purchase. Okay, like I said in the week, you start buying Nike slippers, Adidas pajamas, because you can. You've got that kind of money going. All right. Your 12 people will also want to not pay this $100 every week, and so every month, and they will bring in 3 people. You're not networking this business. And all of this started because you asked 3 people a simple question. Do you want to drive around for free and do you want to eat for free? It's a simple question. So then when they 12 people bring in their people, you are now earning $180 a week, people. Okay? I just want to get to the compensation plan just so that you can see what I'm talking about. All right? Oh, let me just a little bit smaller. There we go. So now you're earning $180 a week when your 12 people bring in their people. And there you go. So you brought in your 3. I mean, you brought in your 3. You've got your 3 members in your team. For that, your $100 is squashed. You see, on your first leg, you're not earning anything. So you can bring in 20 people on your first leg. You're not going to get anything for that. How this business works is that you help people. So if you've got 20 people in mind, okay, you take your 3 or 4 or 5 people, you put them on your first leg, and then from there, the balance of your people that you have, okay, you will, you will then put them underneath the 4 or 5 people that you brought in, and you assist them, because in depth is where you start earning. You want to go as deep as possible, as quick as possible. And if you look at this team members here, at manager level, you have 150 people in your team. You're earning $720 a week. And out of this 150 people, it all started with these 3 people on top. And that's it. It all started there. Okay. But guys, one thing that you need to know, you will see here active personal referrals. It starts with 3 people to get you going, and it also means that you don't pay your $100 every month. that same 3 people, when they bring in their people, you put you on the path. At this point in time, the honeymoon is over. Now, this is where people start saying, but now, okay, it sounds and it still looks like a pyramid, and it's still too good to be true. It doesn't work like that, because if you have 40 people in your network, 80 people in your network, and you're still stuck on 3 people, you're still going to earn that $100. You would need to bring in another person, first thing. Okay, so you will see, okay, I've got all the people that's in my team, out of which you only know the 3. Okay, you know how easy it is to get the 4th person, because you're already earning $100. Okay, now $100 a week, and if, again, I will say, if your shopping for the week is 1,000 Rand, and you are earning 1,700 Rand a week, well, then you're shopping for free, and you've got 700 Rand in your pocket. Is that not the case? You understand? So you could actually go to someone and say, I'm experiencing it. So it's very easy for you then to get your 4th person. Right? And it also doesn't mean that it's at this time that you need to go look for people, because when you start with your 3 people, you're sending your message out to 10, 15 people. And for sure, you'll get more than 3 people that will come back to you and say, I'll give it a shot. So you will have your people in your arsenal here, okay, to go to and to call back on and say, listen, I know you weren't interested in the beginning, but I gave it a shot. I'm earning, and so it's doing well. They will come. Okay, so that's very important. This is how this business works. Okay, when you pass the honeymoon period, right? It's all about, and remember, Element is the company that pays you, not those 150 people, and because they brought in slips, and you don't earn a cent from that. It is Element that pays you. Okay, so you now need to fill out your time management. So you put in, again, I will quickly show you, this is where you fill in your hours that you've worked. You've done training or whatever. Why I'm showing you this is because if you have, say, 4 people and you've got your 40 people and you're not earning $180, you're still getting your $100, and you question, why is it I'm not getting my 180? Because I've got everything here. They request that you put in a certain amount of hours per week. And here you can see at senior consultant, you need to put 6 hours per week. Okay, so that's slightly more than an hour a day. You phone up someone, hey buddy, I've got a fantastic opportunity here. You know, I was explained how this thing worked. Can I share this moment with you? And you chat with him. You log that down as an hour. I chatted to Pick Pompis or to this person or to that person. You know what I mean? You log it. Because if you don't log in your hours, you don't get paid. So this has got nothing to do with a downline. Ralton, if you don't mind, I'm just going to finish off and then we'll take questions afterwards. So it's good. You can have all the people in the world underneath you. If you don't log in your hours, people, you are not going to get paid. This is a business. This is a proper business. If you think about why I need to pay 1,700 Rand or $100 upfront for a back office, think about if you have your job, if you're currently working, it costs you every month to get to work in fuel. It costs you. And then you put in 9 hours a day for someone that you may not even like, for a job that you may not even like, to get your paycheck. Here, it's a once-off to give you all the tools so that you have all this potential. Not only do you earn your money back or your groceries for free and so forth, but you can make some money. So it's a very simple concept. Companies have grown from marketing and selling their data that they've collected. Right? This is no different. We are now just, as consumers, we are the people that give the most accurate feedback. And remember, it's not just about handing your slip in. You paid for that slip, so why not get paid? If you did shopping for 1,000 or $100, whatever, you paid for that slip. In order to get that slip in your hand, you have to buy something. Why not get your money back? You can't just hand it over. You understand? So in essence, this is what it's all about. I'm going to open the floor quickly for questions. Guys, anybody? I know, sorry, there was one person. You can just raise your hands again. Ralton, I think you wanted to ask a question. You can unmute yourself. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. Just something that I missed. You say you need to pay $100 for the back office.
Correct.
All right, and then have slips minimum how much every week? 1.6.
Yeah, you see your slips. The company pays you monthly for your slips. They pay you either $100 or $200 for your slips. Okay. In order to get your $100 or 1,700 Rand every month, you need to submit slips to that value every week. So if you are currently shopping,
so it's 1.7 every week.
You need to submit slips to that value, 1,700 Rand every week. It doesn't necessarily mean your slips entirely. You can ask friends, family, neighbors for slips, and you can add it on to your slips to make up that amount of money.
All right.
So it's not really a train smash if you don't come up with your slips entirely for 1,700 Rand. Okay. For me, the slips is very important because the information on the slips is what gives the company that leverage to go and sell that data. And with that money that they make there, they then pay us. What's important for me when we make money is when we introduce this to 3 people and we help those 3 people grow their business. And then we help the 12 people grow their business. And this is the result. This is the result by helping people. Okay. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. So does it include petrol and other stuff?
Yeah, okay, so very good question. The slips that you need to submit is slips for fuel, slips for your groceries, any restaurant you can submit. If you go into a doctor and the doctor gives you a bill, you cannot submit that slip, but if he tells you to buy medication, well, of course, you can submit the medication. But generally, medication.
Doctor, you don't.
The doctor,
okay.
you can't submit the doctor's bill.
Okay, perfect. All right.
But
Okay,
if he tells you to go to the pharmacy, you can submit those products that you bought at the pharmacy. But generally speaking, and also you can't submit slips for airtime and your rates and so forth. You can't. But generally speaking, your fuel and your grocery bill, and maybe you go out eating once a week, it's enough to cover that once a week. It's more than enough.
Okay, and clothing?
Yeah, absolutely. Clothing you can submit.
Furniture?
No. You see, they look at you as a person. What do you consume and do on a weekly basis? You don't buy furniture every week. You know what I mean?
All right.
You can't also say, well, I bought a TV, and because you don't buy TVs every week or cars every week. Something that you do weekly.
All right. Okay.
Thanks so much.
Perfect.
Okay. Cindy, yeah, you can unmute yourself.
Hi, Brandon.
Hi.
I just want to I just wanted to say something because your presentation was amazing and your information was amazing. I just like to say that I am a manager in the business. And I've been working the business now for 5 months, and I just wanted to tell the people that you were speaking about consultant. That's thinking small.
Yeah.
When I started the business in February, I decided I wanted to go to manager, and I managed to get to manager by the end of July through lockdown. And you're talking about $100 a week, try $720 a week. I tell you guys that you're at the right place at the right time. This man it's very exciting what you said tonight. I just love what you said. I loved the way you presented. And these people on this call are very, very, very privileged to be here and honestly need to be blessed and go back to the person that invited them on this call and say thank you. But honestly, guys, this opportunity is amazing. I am 56 years old. I'm not a spring chicken. And I started this business in February. And honestly, I just listened, I learned, and I even learning from Brandon tonight. He's been in the business less than me, but I've learned so much from him tonight. I just want to say thank you very much for having me on the call. And guys, honestly, just get back to the person invited, get back to Brandon, learn what he has to say, and get going. I honestly, I am living proof that this does work.
Thank
you
so much.
Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Cindy. Absolutely amazing. Yeah, no, guys, I mean, it's, you know, sometimes in life, people just hand you a lotto ticket. You know, they just hand you a lotto ticket, and all you need to do is go and play it. It's sometimes that easy. I can give you, maybe for networkers and so forth, we all know this story. But, and I'm going to cut that, end the call with this story. Warren Buffett was interviewed by call it, hey, my brain is I'm dying here. By, let's just say a person, for example. And she asked him, how is it that you became this billionaire? And the first thing he did was, he took out his checkbook and he handed it to her. And she said, I didn't ask you for money. I asked you a question as to how you became this billionaire. He says, well, look, take out the check and fill out the figures. She says, again, Mr. Buffett, I didn't ask you for money. I wanted to know, how is it that you became this billionaire? And he says, my dear, you know how much I'm worth. You could have written any figure on that check and it would have been yours. When someone offers you that opportunity, a simple opportunity, and in your case, all you had to do was write a figure in it. Right? That's how I became a billionaire. I took the opportunities that was handed to me. I questioned it later. So, in a nutshell, this is one of those opportunities that, again, I will say, if you don't take advantage of this, you will continue doing what you are already doing, and that is spend money. We are trying to help you to get your money back. That is as simple as that. So this is not a market that you have to go look at and see whether it's going to work or not. In fact, this is the only business that I know where you will know success or failure of this business before you even put the cent down. Okay? Whoever invited you to this call will WhatsApp you the message that you need to ask. And it's a simple, not a message, a question. Simple question. If I introduce you to a company that will cover your expenses for a week, that you spent in that week, every week, would you be interested? Based on the responses of that question alone, you will know, well, here's a success or no success. And if you don't get any response from anybody that you sent it to, please let me know who your friends are, because they are clearly wealthy and they don't care about spending money. But for us, it's all about, why do we need to spend unnecessarily when there is a company prepared to pay us for the information that we have paid for? You look at it as groceries, they look at it as information. And we've paid for that information. They're saying, I'm prepared to pay you for it. So sell it. That's it. Guys, is there any more questions before I close? Anybody? Yeah, Gloria, go for it. You can let me just unmute you quickly. Go for it, Gloria.
Hello.
Hello, my dear.
Hi, Brendan.
Hi. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. Please, I just want to know, how long has this business been?
Okay, so the company's been around since 2017, okay, 2017, 2018, but it's only a year in South Africa. So we have a global footprint, but it's because of the regulations in all the countries that it's just not easy just to pop up a platform and say, here we go. So there's banking laws and things like this. What the company has worked on, and no one has asked me this question as to how you get your money out. We're talking about $100 a week. Cindy's talking about $720 a week. Effectively, that's 50,000 Rand a month. No one has asked, how do you get your money out? Well, let me answer. The company has a debit card in place which you can purchase. You don't need to purchase that upfront when you join. When you start earning your first 100, remember that's always going to be on a weekly basis. You can take that money and then purchase your card. Okay, the price of that card we will mention to you a little bit later, because there was a special running that's over, and so there's going to be a revised price. But I believe it's not going to be that expensive. Now this debit card, and here's the beauty about it: all your dollars will be going on that card, and that card is universal. You can swipe it anywhere. Go to Pick n Pay, ShopRite. You can go to an ATM and draw. All right, and as long as your money is on that card, you are in a tax haven. But I'm not saying don't pay taxes. What I'm saying is, if you spend, know the laws of your country. And in South Africa, if you spend over $500,000, I think over R500,000 a year, you must declare. So if you have R1 million on your card, whilst it's on the card, you don't have to declare it. But if you go and swipe for $500,000 to go buy a car, well, you have to go and declare that $500,000. Not so. So that's effectively how you get your money out of the business. The card takes about 2 weeks when you order it. if you guys move at a phenomenal pace, okay, and you get your 3 people in a day and they get their 3 people 2 days later, all right, you will then earn your first $100 or whatever, depending on when those people come in the following week. Okay, so by this time you haven't received your card, but you want some money. So whoever's in your downline, if they say, well, I'm ready to join, and you say, well, give me the cash because your $100 a week or 180, whatever, but let's just work for the sake of simplicity. Your $100 a week is equivalent to an e-pass. Okay, and that is what you can, that's what we use to activate an account. So if I've got money, or I've got, let's just say $200-300 in my account, effectively I've got 2-3 e-passes. You can't activate your account without an e-pass. Now you give me the 1,700 Rand. The company removes, well, they don't actually remove, but let's just say I've got 3 e-passes, which is equivalent to $300, right? You give me 1,700 Rand cash in my pocket. That's how I also get the money out, because I'm still waiting on a card. And what I do is I go into e-passes. Okay, you've registered for free. It's now time to pay. I enter your member number, because once you've registered, you get a member number. I activate on transfer and I transfer you that e-pass, and your account now will be active. Okay, and it will end up looking like this, active. If you see that, if you don't see that, then clearly I've got the money and I haven't activated your account, and you just get in contact with me. So that's how you know that your account is going to be active. So there's 2 ways for now how you can get your money out. You order the card, or you can sell your e-passes for the same value as what you've received before. Okay, hope that answers that question as to how you get your money out. Okay, guys, in the chat group, you can see here some links and so forth. You guys are more than welcome to quickly jot that down, click on it, register and so forth, and all the information that you want will be there as well. And again, please get back to the person that has that brought you to the call. And as Cindy says, thank them, because I promise you, an opportunity like this hardly comes along, if at all, where you don't have to network and you're talking to people that is already doing what they're supposed to be doing. And that is. Any other questions, guys? Gloria?
Yes, Brenda. No, I'm fine.
Oh,
Thank
you're
you
done.
very much.
Okay, guys, no problem. I thank you so much. So yeah, I'm gonna see there's no one else raising a hand. Guys, thank you once again. And yeah, we will see you again next week on the call. Good night and enjoy your weekend. Thanks, guys. Cheers so much. Bye.